This is TCT's Daily Major. I am Brian Dabreo, and these are your headlines. A 5.5 magnitude quake shook parts of the Caribbean on Tuesday. Earth Science Week puts geologic hazards on the agenda. The 2016 National Dental Spelling Bee competition has been launched. And this Wednesday, October 19, 2016, marked the 33rd anniversary of the death of Grenada's revolutionary and charismatic Prime Minister. TCT's Daily Major is brought to you by Dubilee's Bottling Company, Farron's Food Products, Ramco Chowming, and One Caribbean Newspaper.
So nothing will keep us together. Oh, we can be heroes just for one day.
More than a third of our children are now overweight or obese, and some reports indicate this will be the first generation where the children might not outlive their parents. Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and the leading cause of death for African Americans, Hispanics, and whites. 25 million North Americans are diabetic, and roughly 2 million people are diagnosed with diabetes every year. Bio's Life, the clinically proven natural fat loss.
For more information or to purchase this product, contact Ramjay at telephone 716-1400 or 450-0495 or email ramjay35@hotmail.com.
One Caribbean newspaper is dedicated to the unity of our people in one Caribbean nation. We invite you to write us and tell us what's bothering you. No matter what it is, as long as it's within the law and it doesn't offend the public conscience, we will publish it. Send us your pictures. Tell us of your weddings. Tell us when, unfortunately, you have deaths, and we will publish the death announcements. One Caribbean is a newspaper dedicated to the unity of the Caribbean. Write to us at onecaribbeanltd@gmail.com or dennisdabreu@gmail.com, and we will publish what you write, as long as it is within the law and it doesn't offend public decency.
Welcome. A 5.5 magnitude earthquake shook parts of the Caribbean on Tuesday evening, but there were no reports of serious damage or injuries. Residents in St. Lucia, Dominica, Martinique, and Guadeloupe, and even Antigua and Barbuda and St. Vincent and the Grenadines reported feeling the tremor, which occurred around 6 or 8 p.m. According to the SRC, the epicenter of the quake was measured at 8 kilometers southwest of Roseau, Dominica, and 85 kilometers northwest of Fort-de-France, Martinique. Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet has shown his support behind the observance of Earth Science Week 2016, October 17 to the 21st. The week-long observance is spearheaded by the National Emergency Management Organization towards promoting awareness of geologic hazards that may threaten the island, such as volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunamis. Representatives of the UWI Seismic Research Center who are on island to heighten awareness during the observance of Earth Science Week met with the Prime Minister on Tuesday, October 18, 2016. The experts presented him with a comprehensive seismology report outlining possible geologic hazards which may impact the island, along with recommendations for disaster risk mitigation measures. Prime Minister Shasney commented with reference to the recent passage of Tropical Storm Matthew over St. Lucia last month. We are ourselves recognizing that there is a lot for us to learn because we seem to be making some of the same mistakes and confronting the same situations and outcomes every year. Member of the team and research fellow with the UWI Seismic Research Center, Mr. Lloyd Lynch, said the meeting with the Prime Minister was very significant given that the occurrence of natural disasters are heavily interconnected with the national security of any country. Earth Science Week was formally launched on Monday, October 17, with a program of activities that comprise presentations, workshops, meetings, and activities that are expected to foster increased awareness of geohazards. Director of NEMO, Ms. Vella Joseph, said her department is thankful for the opportunity to partner with the experts of the UWI Seismic Research Center. The World Health Organization recognizes World Mental Health Day on October 10th every year. This year's theme, set by the World Federation for Mental Health, is psychological first aid and the support people can provide to those in distress. Here in St. Lucia, several activities have been planned in observance of Mental Health Month. TCT spoke to Ms. Charles, the occupational therapist at the National Mental Wellness Center.
The activity we have here today is in commemoration of the Mental Health Month, and every year we have a list of activities to commemorate the event. So this year we have the Occupational Therapy Department putting on an exhibition in order to commemorate this event. Occupational therapy is very important for the patient in that it gives them an opportunity to get engaged in activities that would help enrich their minds and keep them active all the time. The patients are very, very skilled, so when they come to occupational therapy, they participate in activities that is meaningful and purposeful for everyday living. They're engaged in activities such as social activities, educational activities, self-care activities, handicraft, and other activities. So these activities, we believe, enables the patients to become self-sufficient. They become empowered, hence preparing them for reintegration into the community.
We also spoke with one of the students at the American International University.
Presenting here to be a part of awareness program of a World Mental Health Day, World Mental Health Organization. So here we are students who want to get some awareness regarding this mental health. Generally it was said that mental health is, what do you mean by mental health generally? Mental health is the one that a person who does not have any thinking problems, as well as the person who can express his emotions properly. That was considered to be mental health. And most of the people around, it was according to research said that 47% of the people are having a mental illness in this Caribbean region, where it was not, we can sense the prevalence, we can sense the severity of the situation, and it is that there is a very importance in controlling this and getting proper solution for this mental illnesses, as we can assure as doctors that most of the mental illnesses are curable. And we are presenting a poster over here regarding the various issues, what is the mental illness, what is the mental health, and how we can produce a dignity in all mental illness present patients. Generally, most of the patients who have mental illness, the patients are stigmatized. So we are here to bring awareness that all the patients have to be treated in a proper way and a single way. The patients who have physical illnesses as well as mental illnesses should be treated in a single way. That we are stating in the dignity of mental health, and these are the steps that we have, that we need to follow for promoting the mental health, like taking a break whenever you are in stressful conditions, loving others, and feelings, asking for help whenever we are in trouble. And one thing is, we should remember that mental health should begins with a change, and the change begins with me.
Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Shastney speaking to the media recently about the cost of the damage done to the agriculture industry and to St. Lucia as a whole by the passage of Tropical Storm Matthew said that the damage to the agriculture sector alone is in excess of $50 million in physical work.
The damage to the agricultural sector is in excess of $15 million in physical works, right? So it means that replanting, putting down new fertilizer, but it does not include an amount for what was been lost. So as you know, a lot of the banana trees were broken, so literally the farmers have to go in and cut and allow it to regrow. So to the revenue that was lost, that will be lost in the next 4 months, that number has not been calculated as yet. So the number of $15 million is really just physical infrastructural work that we have to be able to replace. In terms of infrastructural work, the number I've seen so far is about $7 million. In fact, we're going to be meeting with the Ministry of Infrastructure to go through that number in detail, like we've met already with the Ministry of Agriculture. The other numbers that are out there are personal homes and damages. We've now received a report from NEMO, and we'll be actually putting a number on that totality.
The Sir Arthur Lewis Community College will be closed to the general public on Friday, 21st October 2016 to facilitate a staff activity on the college farm in Dennery. All classes have been suspended as a result. The college apologizes for any inconvenience which may be caused. You are watching TCT's Daily Major. Still to come, the 2016 National Dental Spelling Bee competition has been launched.
Crystal clear. Yeah. That's what we drink. When I want to quench my first bring a bottle of crystal clear. Yeah. It's so refreshing. I don't want no other water. The choice is crystal clear. Cool the temperature. Revitalize me with. Give me a bottle of water. All on the road is inside bottle. Everybody's drinking water. Crystal clear. Yeah. It's so refreshing. When I want to quench my thirst, bring a bottle of crystal clear.
The choice is clear. Crystal Clear. Premium, purified drinking water from Duboulet's Bottling Company Limited.
The way you smile at me is everything I dream.
How is that boy running up?
The way you smile at me.
Your Lucelec bill has been redesigned to give you more information. The top portion of your bill contains an invoice number, Lucelec's VAT identification number, and customer address. A past due stamp is displayed if your payment is overdue at the time of billing. Ignore it if you've already made your payment. To the right is a barcode for easy processing of your payments at Lucelec's customer service offices only. The billing summary highlights any amounts due from the prior billing, total of all payments made between your last bill and your last payment date, any other charges or credits to your account, any fees for returned checks or reconnection, VAT charges on these fees, the balance brought forward, your current charges for the billing period, the total amount outstanding on your account, and the date by which it should be paid.
Experience the flavor of icy. Icy, yeah. Icy. Pop it up. Let's start the party. Ooh, yeah. I like the flavor. Ooh, yeah. I love the taste. The
and the pear, the cherry and banana, the apple, ginger beer, or strawberry for your mama. Grapefruit, cola, champagne, sorrel if you wanna. Quench your thirst first, have an icy soda water. Icy, yeah, icy, icy. Pop it up, let's start the party. Ooh, yeah, I like the flavor. Ooh, yeah, I love the taste. Icy, icy, icy. Experience the flavor of icy. Bottled by Dublay's Bottling Company Limited.
Ramco pasta is a master. Your staple of choice because the quality is superior. No gluten, no white flour, 100% semolina. Ramco pasta tastes better, I swear. Ramco pasta forever. When I using mac and cheese, bon. Give me some more, please. Ramco have variety, go Betty to Betty and Fusilini. Ramco, the taste we know. Met you. Now available at all leading outlets. Distributed by Ramco. For more information, call 450-0495.
Welcome back to TCT's Daily Major. Peru Combined School in Educational District 6 is the place where champion spellers are born. That was the message delivered by Principal Eugenie Paul Mooney as she welcomed officials from the Ministry of Health and Education as well as Colgate brand representatives during the launching ceremony of the 2016 National Dental Spelling Bee competition as part of activities in recognition of Dental Health Month held in October. The competition, now into its 6th year, is targeted at grade 3 students throughout the island. It has been sponsored entirely by Colgate with the aim of sensitizing children about dental care and hygiene. Dr. Sherry Lacombe, Senior Dental Surgeon in the Ministry of Health, says the activity is designed to encourage self-development and self-discipline among students. The competition, which involves participants from all primary schools, is an exercise which promotes students' ability to spell proficiently and to establish reading as the foundation for all learning. The first round of the competition is scheduled to commence in early November. This year's Creole Song Festival is scheduled to take place at the Cultural Development Foundation at Barnard Hill on Sunday, October 29, 2016. Ms. Karen Tobier is one of the organizers of the event.
The event actually started 5 years ago, and it started off as a Calypso Creole contest. It has evolved since then into what is now a Creole song competition. And so the competition now covers a number of different genres of music and not just Calypso. It has expanded. This year, however, we will not be having a competition. And as you know, Shakom is not very well. And so for him to have come out and put on the event as per usual, it would have been too much of a strain. And so some other members of the tent decided that with or without Shakom, it was going to happen. And more importantly and specifically, since he had put in so much effort in making sure that this event happened and was alive, and he had been coordinating it, that this year we would coordinate it, and whatever funds was raised from the event would go towards his medical expenses. And that is where we are at. This year we are not having a competition, so there will be no monetary awards given. This year it is going to be a festival. And so this is where we are at with Anumaje Dasi Shati Akwiyol Pushakom. I'm hoping that everybody comes out on the 29th of October to help us celebrate some of his music and to help us provide him with the financial support that he needs to cover some of his medical expenses.
Mr. Steve Etienne listed the names of the artists who are expected to perform.
This year we are blessed by having, as Karen said, the 3 previous winners of the Anou Manger Danser Chanter in Creole competition, and Black Pearl will be performing, as well as Gregory Sinais, as well as Ras Africa, last year's winner. But in alphabetical order, the cast will include A.G. Simpson, Ali Kiat, Black Pearl, Buffalo, the Senator, Educator, Esteban, Lady Spice, a first appearance for a couple of years, Mighty and Servants, doing a duet, doing a joint performance. Monster, Omega, Pep, Prosper, Ras Africa, Robbie, Ronnie, Ronald Darius, and Gregory Sinais.
The St. Lucia Workers Credit Union this Wednesday held an exhibition at the Blue Coral Mall in Castries to commemorate Credit Union Week, which is being observed under the theme The Authentic Difference. Ms. Maisha Nicholas is a service representative with the SLWCU.
This week we are showcasing members who are making handmade jewelry, selling clothing, persons who sew, that make pillows and curtains. We have persons who do bags, persons who make local wine, persons who make cheesecake. There's also a member who do arts, paintings, and members who do cabinets.
In an item of sport, the result of games 1 and 2 in the 5th Annual Commissioner of Police T20 Cricket Tournament, which began on Tuesday, October 18, 2016 at the Wen Cricket Field in Monrepo are in. Southern Division versus Northern Division. Southern Division batted first and made a total of 212 for 6 in 20 overs. Cyril Charles 132, Walter Emmanuel 33, not out. Mugaran Cholet 3 for 20 in 4 overs. Northern Division 182 all out in 18 overs. Mugaran Cholet 30, Sheldon Trough 84, Walter Emmanuel 2 for 20 in 4 overs. In Game 2, Operations versus Police Headquarters. Police Headquarters batted first and made a total of 169 for 4 in 15 overs reduced. Ket Kadas 69, Allen Prosper 37, Alvin Prosper 26 not out. Shervin Charles 2 for 27 in 3 overs. Operations 56 all out in 9.3 overs. Shervin Charles 14 top score, and Allen Prosper 2 for 7 in 2 overs. On the regional front, the Caribbean Development Bank is providing Jamaica with a technical assistance grant to strengthen the capacity of the country's Ministry of Finance. The funding will help to support Jamaica in the ongoing implementation of the economic reform program, under which critical microeconomic and structural reforms are being undertaken with the objective of stabilizing the economy and setting the stage for inclusive economic growth. The government of Jamaica has identified a need to bolster the Ministry of Finance technical expertise in fiscal and microeconomic policy, which supports the country's reforms under its homegrown structural adjustment program. The program is aided and assisted by the IMF and other development partners, including the CDB, the Inter-American Development Bank, the World Bank, and the European Union. The technical assistance grant of US $400,000 was approved by CDB's Board of Directors last week. Staying on the regional scene, this Wednesday, October 19, 2016, marked the 33rd anniversary of the death of Grenada's revolutionary and charismatic Prime Minister, Comrade Maurice Bishop. Bishop and several cabinet colleagues were executed on October 19, 1983, following a major fallout between members of the Central Committee of the ruling New Jewel movement over the issue of joint leadership. Bishop's death led to calls by OECS and CARICOM leaders for an American-led invasion, which occurred a week later on October 25, 1983, toppling the Revolutionary National Council, which was installed following Bishop's execution. An interim government was appointed to run the affairs of the country, followed by general elections a year later, which brought the new National Party led by former Premier Herbert Blaise to office.
So I said to these fellows, well look, as you know, Grenada relies in part on tourism. So we don't mind seeing you all again. I don't mind just sending you back home tomorrow. But if you're coming back down tomorrow, try to bring a few more in. And secondly, if they will tell you it's sophisticated something else, at least make sure they come better than saying sophisticated pants or socks or shoes. It had really become that ludicrous. This international airport project, as we see it, is the gateway to our future. As we see it, it is what alone can give us the potential for economic takeoff. As we see it, can help us to develop the tourist industry more, can help us to develop our agro-industries more, can help us to export our fresh fruits and vegetables better. This international airport also has every Grenadian who has gone back home. And as anybody here in this audience who has ever traveled to Grenada will know, coming to Grenada right now is a literal nightmare. Coming to Grenada right now is like a labor of love.
Now for the weather report. Present weather at Turanora partly cloudy with showers nearby. Total rainfall for the month thus far: Turanora 151.9 millimeters, at George Charles 74.8 millimeters. Sunrise tomorrow 5:59 a.m. Forecast for St. Lucia Valley for the next 24 hours. Winds will be blowing from the southeast to east near 15 miles or 24 kilometers per hour, becoming lighter at times. Weather: fair to partly cloudy skies with a few showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Seas moderate to locally rough with waves and swells 5 to 7 feet or 1.5 to 2.1 meters. Small craft operators and sea bathers are advised to exercise caution due to above normal seas. Forecast for the Lesser Antilles: fair to partly cloudy skies with a few scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Tropical weather outlook: light to moderate southeasterly winds and warm conditions are expected to continue across the eastern Caribbean region during the next 24 hours. A tropical wave located over the central tropical Atlantic is moving westward near 12 miles or 19 kilometers per hour. Finally, unbelievable but true. We now invite you to have a look at this unbelievable ABC News clip.
A baffling and beautiful rescue, raising questions about the power of prayer. People are scouring nearly 70 photographs looking for some sign of a man they swear they saw at the scene of a car accident. He prayed, a life was saved. So why did he disappear, even from the photos? ABC's David Muir now on faith and a mystery tonight.
Tonight it's being called the Missouri Miracle. Much of it, though, still a mystery. A teenager with a beautiful smile, 19-year-old Katie Lentz, trapped in her mangled car, hit by a drunk driver, and first responders trying to get her out. Sheriff's Deputy Richard Adair won't forget when the fire chief turned to him in despair.
He was concerned because he was out of options. The tools weren't working, and it was, by that time, I said almost an hour. He said, I don't know how we're going to get her out. And I said, Raymond, I promised her mother and her that we get her out.
While inside that car, Katie had one request: to pray with the rescuers out loud. And then suddenly, right there, amidst the rows of corn, at the scene blocked off for nearly a mile, a man appears.
He was dressed in a black priest shirt with a white collar.
And the rescuers notice something else. He was carrying a small bottle.
He had a small little white container of anointment oil, is what it appeared to be.
And he asked if he could anoint the girl in the car. And at first, my first thought was that it would possibly send the wrong message to Katie, that maybe we had called a priest.
But they allow him to do it.
A sense of calmness come over her then, even more so than what she had been already. I can't be for certain who said or how it was said or where it come from. We very plainly heard that we should remain calm, that our tools would now work, and that we would get her out of that vehicle.
Moments later, it happened. A neighboring fire department arrives with a new set of stronger tools, finally able to cut through that frame. They all turned to thank the priest, but he was gone. In fact, in all of those photos at the scene, no sign of the priest. And tonight, family and friends are grateful.
Whether it was just a priest as an angel, serving as an angel, or an actual angel that came in, he was an angel to all those and to Katie.
The fire department's Facebook page tonight filling up fast. Do any of the responders know who the priest was that seemingly appeared out of nowhere? I would love to shake his hand. And tonight, from Katie's mother, a message too. Very pleased that Katie's near tragic accident provides proof to all that miracles still happen.
This one topped the top of them off because it is said that the man was actually seen on the scene praying with the young lady, and he was actually taking in photographs and footage of the scene, and suddenly he just disappeared from the scene, from the photographs and the footage taken of the scene. That is what you call unbelievable. Yes, where we come to the end of this edition of TCT's Daily Major. But before we go, another look at the headlines. A 5.5 magnitude quake shook parts of the Eastern Caribbean on Tuesday. Earth Science Week puts geologic hazards on the agenda. The 2016 National Dental Spelling Bee competition has been launched. And this Wednesday, October 19, 2016, marked the 33rd anniversary of the death of Grenada's revolutionary and charismatic Prime Minister. TCT's Daily Major was brought to you by Dubois Bottling Company, Ferrans Food Products, Ramco Chowming, and One Caribbean Newspaper. As usual, on behalf of the entire news team, I am Brian Dabreo. Thanks for viewing.